Hi guys, this is the All 10 Sports Tennessee Sports Channel weekly recap and the weekend review. I'm gonna start with the weekend review, and other episodes I'll do weekly recaps, but I'm going to do the weekend review for the Titans, Grizzlies, and Predators. Now let's start with the preview for this upcoming game between the Titans and the 49ers. The Tennessee Titans will fly down to the Bay this weekend to play the Red Hot 49ers team on Sunday. Kickoff around 1:30ish, 1:25, 1:30 Eastern Time. As we all know, the Titans defeated the Browns last Sunday, 31-29. Titans move on to 2-11. They lose the number one spot with that win. They fall down to the third spot. The Niners have the first spot, and the not the Browns. The Raiders have the second spot in the draft. Niners are coming off a very late bye week. I do not like that. Week 14 bye. Do not like that. They're coming off a bye. They'll be freshened up and ready for Sunday. The Niners actually beat the Cleveland Browns before the bye week, 26-8, and that was Shadir's second start of his career. As of now, the ESPN says the Niners are 12.5 favorites coming into this weekend game, and knowing the Titans, I don't know what to expect. The last 3 years, when the Titans come off a win, they look horrible. Just horrible. So I can't say anything about how this game will go. I do know if we want a chance, we really need to get Tony Pollard's run game going again. He went off against Cleveland. Cleveland have one of the best defenses in the league as well, so it's amazing. Tony Pollard had 25 carries, 161 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Almost 7 yards a carry. And then also the 49ers are out. They are without big defensive stars for the rest of the season. Nick Bosa and Fred Warner are both out for the season with season-ending injuries. But despite the Niners having a bunch of injuries, they still have one of the best defenses in the NFL. Now, I wanted to bring that up because an interesting thing about Cam Ward versus top 10 defenses in the NFL. This tweet, Cam Ward has faced 6 of the top 10 defenses in the NFL, and his numbers are 189 for 325, 58% passing completion, 1,838 yards, 9 total touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Cam plays his best ball against the best defenses. With 1,838 yards in 6 games. That's about 306 yards a game. And he's throwing about 1 to 2 touchdowns a game as well against the top defenses in the NFL. Now, hopefully, Cam can add on to that stat sheet this Sunday. On the defense side of the ball, Jeffrey Simmons continues to show why he's the best defender in the game of football. The problem is, he is on a 2-win team, so the media does not care. But Jeffrey Simmons is the best football player in the NFL. And let's see if he will continue that against San Francisco. I know Purdy does not do well under pressure. Now let's keep throwing. Let's keep making Purdy have to throw under pressure. Now, the one thing about the Titans-Browns game this last Sunday, the Titans were horrible against Harold Fannin Jr. He had 8 catches, 114 yards, and a touchdown on us. And why I bring that up, George Kittle, one of the best tight ends in the game. George Kittle, like after Fanning destroyed us, I'm worried about Kittle is gonna like come out and just destroy us as well. I do know the Niners saw the Titans play that and let Fanning walk all over them. I bet the gaming to plan Kittle to take us out. So if you guys have Kittle in your fantasy, I would start him because I do know in the past years, um, tight ends trying to stop tight ends is not our specialty. Now we need to contain Kittle, or we might have another Fanning stat line on Kittle all over again. Now I do believe Brock Purdy is set to be the quarterback this week, and he's only played 5 total games this year, and he's 4-1 in those 5 games. In those 5 games, he has thrown for 9 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Um, and I know he's only played 5 games, but that's not a great stat line. And I was talking about this earlier. We need to put pressure on Purdy. Get Simmons to put pressure on Purdy. Sweat, Simmons, Key, and all these guys, Jahad Ward. Put pressure on Purdy to make him throw bad balls, and let's get his interception stat line up. Now, prediction for this game, I won't go into the final score, but I don't think that this is no brainer. I think the Niners will beat us. I just don't see the Titans winning this game. Like I was saying earlier, the last 3 years, every time the Titans won a game, the very next week, they do not come out fully prepared. They look like just god awful. They don't look like a football team. You wonder how did they win the week prior. Like, they just look so bad. I mean, also, the Niners are coming off a bye, so they're going to be well rested. The Niners are like 2 games. The 2 games, actually, the 2 games off of the NFC West right now. They did beat the Rams, so if they win this game and the Rams somehow lose, they'll be 1 game off. But Niners are fighting for the division, but they're also fighting for a wild card spot. So I know the Niners are playing this game because they need to win, and the Titans obviously are trying to play for more of a draft spot. I do think I will say the Niners will go up 20 points, 20 or more points in the third quarter, and then they'll ease off the gas pedal, and the Titans will only lose by about 10 or so. Monday or Tuesday, I'll recap the game and see what happened, what needs to be better, all that. So that concludes the Titans part. Now let's get to the Memphis Grizzlies recap here. The Grizzlies play the Utah Jazz tonight, actually. And Ja Morant is questionable based on the Grizzlies' PR. I do think he will play because he bought 250 tickets to give to fans for this tonight's game. So that makes me wonder if he is coming back then. Even if he's not, he is questionable. However, we've lost. I was happy for this game, but not anymore because Zach Edey is out for 4 weeks minimum with a stress reaction to his ankle. And this hurts a lot because Zach Edey has been the best player for the Grizzlies since coming back. Losing Edey is going to change this team a lot. And, I mean, we saw it when Edey didn't start the season. Grizzlies was just Grizzlies. And then when Edey came back, he was dominant, but, I mean, we didn't have Ja either. So, again, this changes a lot for the next 4 weeks. And I'm pretty sure Ja and Zach Edey have not played on the court together yet this year. And I feel like I feel like having Edie will help Ja become the Ja he was back then. Here is the tweet of the injury report. It shows Edie has stress reaction on his left ankle, expect to make full recovery. He'll be reevaluated in 4 weeks. So he'll probably be out for 5-6 weeks, actually, not 4 weeks. My bad there. I also wanted to show they also mentioned John Conchar suffered a UCL tear in his left thumb, and he'll be out for multiple weeks. I looked up a mild UCL tear can take up to 4 to 8 weeks of a recovery, but if it's a major UCL tear, it's 3 to 4 months. So after surgery, they will determine if it's a mild or a major. So, but 4 to 8 weeks is a long time. So we won't see Conchar for 2 or 3, very least 2 or 3 months. I mean, I don't really care. Conchar's alright, but I think the biggest guy missing right now is Zach Edey. That one's gonna hurt a lot. Even with no Edey, the Grizzlies are still favored by 6.5. And coming into this game, the Grizzlies are 11-13, while the Jazz are 8-15. I do think the Grizzlies will win. I think Ja will play, and I think that will help a lot. And I hope we win. I think we will win. That is the only game they have this weekend. I will recap that Monday or Tuesday, and I will talk about what's wrong with this team, because I have a good feeling there's going to be some bad things happening to the Grizzlies. And the last team we got to talk about for this recap is the Predators, who've been on a hot streak lately. Thursday night, the Predators just dominated the St. Louis Blues 7-2. And the biggest reason we won this game, Steven Stamkos. 4-goal game for Steven Stamkos. And this is the second time in his career he has achieved that. The Predators are now 4-1 in the last 5 games. We're still last place in the Central, but we're starting to win games, and we need to keep this up. The Predators play one game this weekend. They play in the Rocky Mountains against the Colorado Avalanche. The Colorado Avalanche remain the number 1 team in the league, so this one will be a tough game, especially playing them on Tuesday, so it's a very quick back-to-back game. We won that game in a shootout, but if we want to try to get a run going, we need to if we want to try to get a big win, like point streak going, we need to leave Denver with at least 1 point. To me, for how bad we are, I will call a win if we manage to force overtime against the Avalanche. Even if we lose, if we make to overtime and win the game, I'm okay with that. I think that's huge for the Predators. Like I said earlier, the Predators are 4-1 in their last 5 games, including a shootout win against the Avalanche. And the Avalanche are 3-2 in their last 5 games. They just finished up a road trip from the East Coast. They beat the Rangers and the Flyers, but lost to the Islanders in the first game of the road trip. The Avalanche have a 2-game home stretch before they leave for Seattle next week. On the first game of the home stretch, they beat the Florida Panthers 6-2, and then they play us. So, keys to win that game for the Predators: play like we did last Tuesday. We beat them on Tuesday. Play like that again. And we just scored 7 goals against the Blues. Keep that scoring game going. Keep it going. We know how to score. Keep it going. And last but not least, keep stamina going. We cannot let Stammer just have that 4 game goal and walk away. We need to keep Stammer going. If Stammer keeps going, I think the team's going to keep going. And that concludes my recap and reviews for this week. I will Monday or Tuesday. I will recap the games I just talked about, and I will review, whatever you want to say, the week games for the Grizzlies and the Predators, and then next Friday I'll just do the Titans review. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I want to keep doing these, and in order to keep doing these, I would love to have more people watch them and comment on them. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.